Going to call to order the North St. Paul Arts and Culture Commission for November 6, 2024. And calling the meeting to order, and I will take roll because we do not have our staff liaison anymore, as she has moved on to, what do they call it? Greener pastures, yeah. I'm like, something about pastures. Anyway, so Tom Sonic, that's me, I'm here. Carrie Netto.
Here.
Amanda Black.
Here.
Sharon Clark-Williams. Raquel Soto.
Here.
Laura Strang.
Here.
C. Yang.
Here.
And Councilmember Lisa Wong.
Here.
Thank you. Everybody's here, so we're just missing Mai. A note to, I just want to say, we just found out over the last month that Mai would be leaving us. And Mai, you were fabulous. We loved having you here. Sorry to see you go. Wherever you are, I hope you watch this on YouTube sometime, but Mai was excellent and loved her energy and enthusiasm for this work, so she'll be missed. So we don't have a new staff liaison assigned to us just yet, so we'll just, so hopefully by our next meeting on December 5th, we'll have a new staff liaison. So I'm going to move to, I'll just, for items 3 and, can I do both at once, adopt the agenda and approve the minutes, or do I have to do those separately? Do you know, Lisa?
I don't.
Yeah, we used to just like adopt the whole agenda all at once and like that, but, well.
I did find a typo in the minutes, though, so I do.
Okay, well, let's just adopt the agenda. Anybody have any questions about the agenda? There are, just to clarify, I mean, I think this is kind of our routine agenda, but I wanted to just say that, well, 2025 events and projects, I think that's what we'll kind of focus on tonight. So, look for a motion to adopt the agenda as written.
So moved.
So moved by Carrie.
Yang seconds.
Seconded by C. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, the agenda is adopted. So approval of minutes. Everybody get a chance to look at the minutes, and Carrie, you said you might have a note for those?
Yep, it's not a big deal, but reports from council liaison, it looks like Booyah is missing an O.
Boya event,
Yeah.
okay.
Otherwise, great job as always. I didn't. I went to the Booyah event. I'm snobby like that.
Okay, anything else on the minutes? Questions, changes? All right, we'll look for a motion to approve the minutes with the typo correction on Booyah.
Make a motion to approve.
C moves to approve. A second?
Second.
Second by Amanda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Okay, meeting open to the public. Rowan, you got anything for us? All right. Rowan defers. Okay, so public hearings, we don't have any public hearings. So commission business, action items and recommendations. So, one thing I think we should probably, can we just start with the subcommittee updates first? I want to switch the order of these, just do subcommittee updates, and then we'll talk about 2025. I think we have a couple of updates. So Snowy is done. Murals, Carrie, do you want to offer any update on that, or Sharon?
I
What do
can say that the mural is started, and I forget what the building's called.
The dumpster garage.
The dumpster garage. It does not look like a dumpster garage anymore.
No.
And if you've had a chance to look down the alley at it, it is really beautiful reflection of the seasons, and it complements the Snowy so perfectly.
Good.
I just feel very happy about it. When I was walking down the road and I looked down it's like, oh yeah. So I'm hoping that the rest of the community will feel that way when they see the dumpster garage and won't think of it as a dumpster garage, but
Yeah.
a piece of art that we can all go to and enjoy and share.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome. Every time I drive my son to school, I'm like, look,
Yeah.
look, check it out. I make him look at it.
Definitely a splash of color, and I drove by earlier today and saw Tiffany and spoke with her for a little bit, and I think she's
nice.
planning to wrap up here pretty soon.
Did you get some pictures?
I did not take pictures. She said that, well, I heard Ava took pictures.
took
And
some
did you also
pictures.
take pictures,
I
Carrie?
took some, but she wasn't there at the time.
Oh,
so-
okay. I think Ava took some, and then Tiffany mentioned that someone else, I think just a resident, came by and loved it, took pictures, and said they were going to put it on Facebook or something. So,
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, so if you get a chance, it's good stuff. Yeah, it does really, it's, similar in style, of course, to the Snowy that Tiffany created. But I also want to just thank the city manager and Tiffany and our mural subcommittee to come together quickly on that, to be able to get something to happen there, because we, luckily we've had a abnormally warm October and November so far, so she's been able to get that done. But we had to kind of move quickly on that to make sure that she had enough time and the right kind of weather to paint on that thing. So glad to see that was able to come together in time. City manager especially was very helpful on that.
And it's a rather large mural. I just want to add that too. It's
Yeah.
not like an image on the side of the building. It is the
whole thing.
building.
Yeah.
And when you think about the square footage that was covered, I am impressed.
And she's not doing it with an air sprayer, so, and this is a rough surface, so she's with the little roller and working away, so that's taking a lot more time. But
Impressive.
it's coming along. Are there any updates on the utility boxes?
So, let me just get this closer, sorry. I shared the images from the Heart Hands project with Mai before she left, and she had forwarded that on to Ava for her expertise. since
Okay.
she is a better artist than I, to see if she could improve upon that. Ava hasn't had time to dive into that, but from what I understood from Mai is that, the vinyl for the utility wraps was not adhering well to the boxes.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of on hold anyway, so we have more time to edit the.
Well, are there other boxes where the vinyl's not adhering, or was it
Well,
just
they-
the one
they
down
don't
at the
know.
school?
Because of that one, they're thinking that it's just going to be a systematic problem, and so
Oh.
they want to have a plan in place before doing more.
Okay,
So, yeah, that was my understanding before my head left.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I'll find out if there are any updates.
Are there weather concerns about being able to do that before the end of the year, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It will be hard to have the adhesive hold through
Okay.
cold conditions, so hopefully we'll hear something soon before snow.
Before it gets too cold? So we're still targeting, though, to have it done,
I would love that.
okay,
yes.
before the end of the year? Okay, so thanks for that update. Anything else, utility box-wise?
I don't really have anything on the veterans box. My contacts haven't really worked out well, but I do know that there are several nonprofit organizations that specialize in veterans who create art. So I am going to, if everyone does not mind, look through some of the artists that are available, because a lot of their work is already, or their names are available. I can go to their websites and then move forward from there. Get some ideas of some people who do more, what I would say is graphic work as opposed to detailed art, and see if we can find somebody who might be interested, so we can get that done by August for the celebration of the park.
Oh, great, great, yeah. That sounds good. So you just could take that on yourself then, Sharon?
Yep.
Great. We didn't have any art carts done for the season, right? And paint night, I think we had a paint night.
Can I say one thing about the art carts?
Sure.
For maybe whenever we have staff, but Sue Springborn has some extra arts and crafts materials that she wants to donate to the art cart.
Okay.
Like a ton of them.
Ooh.
So it doesn't seem like there needs to be too much ordering. But yeah, she has stuff for the art cart.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
I think we're gonna need to build some shelves or something in that thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there now.
Organization Day.
Yeah,
There's a lot of boxes.
yeah. Well, maybe that's something to think about either before the end of the year or next year to budget for, is to, some kind of racking, like a secure racking system, so that, when the thing is being moved around town and everything doesn't fall all over the place.
Yeah, like in an RV.
considered the shelves that are currently up there, getting just like a bungee cord across the front so those bins don't fall off.
Sure, sure.
Exactly.
Start there.
Anything else on the art card? So Sue Springborn? Okay. So paint night, we had a paint night, right?
We did. We had watercolor greeting cards, and I completely forgot to bring any, but check out the Facebook pages for images. It was amazing. She gave just like the tiniest little drop of paint, but that was all you needed to make 4 greeting cards.
Wow.
And it was so cute. I was at a table with a whole family, so it was like the grandma and like 3 sisters and their kids and me. I was the odd person out, but they were so lovely, and it was just a really fun experience. So it was
Good.
a great intergenerational assignment. So we did like fall trees, we did holiday images. It was really
Well,
lovely.
that's a good idea to make greeting cards, you know.
Yeah,
You can
everyone can use a
give them
fun
away,
card.
yeah.
Yeah.
How was the turnout?
Great, at capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And I think all but one person showed up. So
Okay, excellent. What's the max, the capacity?
I can't remember if it was 15 or 16.
Okay.
So
And then there's another one coming up next Friday, right? And you're going to be at that one, Laura? Okay. Do we have any idea how many people are planning to attend that one?
I wanted to attend that. I looked online and it's not on the calendar. Like in the little portal to go and purchase your ticket.
Do you get the city emails?
No. No, but it should be
I
on
just saw that today.
public, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
'Cause then, yeah, you can click on it and it'll take you to the little payment portal.
Yeah, I just know that it was mentioned in the city email at least.
yeah,
Okay.
I
That
clicked through
was-
and I got
checked,
it.
like, probably last month or something, so.
We can
I
look
can
at
check
it after
it,
the
but-
meeting. Yeah.
I was like, because I wrote it down in my phone, and I was like, oh, I have to sign up. And then
Yeah.
I went and looked, and I was like, oh, I must have been delusional.
I know that North St. Paul news just came out today.
Yeah, it was the text they sent today. It was in there.
What's that?
What's the next paint along?
I think it's on the 15th.
Mandala.
Mandala? Oh, okay.
I want to do that so bad.
Holiday lights, winter parking, become an arts and culture commissioner. Oh, here we go. Guided paint night. So it has a link in here. Registration, there are still spots open, security spot today.
Okay, so it must have just got posted then.
Okay. Paint party.
Ooh, I got a text.
Paint, is that what we're calling it now? Paint party?
Yeah, I think.
And there's a picture of the artist
Yep.
with palm trees in the background.
Someone sign me up? That's weird.
Cool.
I just got a text about it.
Like just now?
Yeah.
Weird.
Does
Tom
North
did
St.
it
Paul
for you.
have my number?
I think it was Tom.
Yeah, I did it.
Or maybe you signed yourself up and you don't
weird, I did
remember.
too.
Like, right when we heard
Is
about
it
it.
a new
Did
thing?
you really?
So, you just got a text about it?
Yeah, me too.
Is it clickbait?
Mai, are you watching live from
I
home right now?
texted you. But I don't know which is your number versus your number. So I just have you both in there as each other. So I sent you the newsletter. I didn't send you a paint night thing.
Okay, I don't have your
That's what it
number
is.
saved yet.
I'm like, I didn't send a paint night thing. Okay.
What's happening here?
I don't have your number saved yet. I didn't know who it was.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, later I'll figure out who's who.
Like, oh, weird. But I'm happy that I'm signed up.
No, you still need to sign up. Get in there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so paint night next Friday. It's on, Laura.
I have all the information from my and the access codes and everything.
Oh,
'cause I have
okay,
not done one
excellent.
before,
Good,
so.
good. All right, so anything else as far as subcommittee stuff? I think that kind of covers us.
I just want to say that, point out the canvases that we've finished
Oh, yeah.
from the Arts Festival, and I don't know where to put those now to have the city put them up.
Do you know, Lisa, where was there a place that was identified to hang those?
I think we had set a few different ideas, but I don't think we firmly set a place.
Okay.
But we can certainly
I feel like Maya had sent out a picture of a spot.
Yes.
There was like a circle and an arrow.
Oh, yeah,
Where they
like
wanted
in the
it to go.
stairwell.
But where should they go in the meantime?
So we can put them in the office before we take off and
Okay,
have a note.
sounds good. Yeah, thanks for putting that together, Amanda. It looks really great. It's cool, and thanks to all of the community who painted those things.
Did you want to walk it?
That's really neat.
I don't really.
I was thinking the same thing.
Showcase.
All right. Okay, so I want to talk then about 2025 events and projects, and it seems wild that we are actually taking Project Snowy off of our plan, because it's done. This has been there since the beginning. But what a fine success that project was, so thanks again to that group. What do we want to do next year?
I don't know.
We had
Stuff.
made a big list, and I wasn't sure. Maya had kept a list. Did she send it on to anybody?
I think it, but Rowan has it.
Huge list is over one.
Did our budget get approved? Do we know?
I'll say that there was a brief presentation from Ava with some of the funds there, but I would say what was presented, especially since it wasn't anything very different than the year before, then we're probably
Okay.
in a good place, yeah.
Well, let's just go back from what we have had. I mean, so murals is going to continue, right? We have a budget request for that. Utility boxes will continue, right?
Yep, as long as we have utility boxes.
Our-
Gotta find something to put
As
on.
long as there's a utility box that's uncovered. Art cart will continue. Paint night, and I'm sorry, are we calling it paint party now?
I think we have to come up with something besides paint if we're going to explore all these other
Oh, right, sure.
activities.
Art party.
Okay.
I like art party.
You write that down?
It's right here.
I'm gonna put that in here. Art party.
What? Don't you know my memory is terrible?
I'm gonna put art party with an exclamation point.
Ooh, good.
Registered trademark. And Autumn Arts Festival will go on. Boy, I sure was thinking this year, Amanda, that we could have gone later in the year if we had done it, given the weather this year. Because I think we were like the first weekend in October that first time, and it snowed the day before.
I think we're fine.
Think we're fine?
Although we'll have to check with the church to see when they're,
Right, I think, it just seems like there's kind of a crush of things that seem to happen right around that same time.
It's a busy season.
Yep. But we'll have to get a new date, all that stuff, so.
I kind of feel like the arts festival, the parade, and like that last car show can all be lumped together as some like big week-long city celebration.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's certainly something to consider. It might be a lot easier for coordination.
Right.
Right.
The city side can be suggested.
And, you know, add
Good
some
idea.
more things while we're at it. Yeah.
We got the art cart and the art party. I like it. So we're carrying on all those things. So the only thing that we're dropping off of the list is snowy. So did we have any other like major event that, whether it was an event or a project that we want to focus on, or do we feel okay with these and we can kind of add as we go, or?
Were we going to
Let me
look
check-
at something for
Check the budget.
winter, a winter event?
Yeah, we talked about, having an event that maybe we would do in the winter or something, but let me,
How quickly can we plan that, though?
Well, it could be
Next
next winter. We could plan it this year to
Sure.
do it in November, December, maybe, I don't
And
know.
I think
We had talked about having, yeah, like a celebration, I don't know if it was by the lake or whatever, like a winter market or something like that. Yeah, something that would, yeah.
and then see,
I thought we talked about like if we want to do that for doing that, planning that for 26, to be 2026, but then using 25 to plan that. Because that's one of the bigger things.
Yeah, because we had, like, the Asian night was what we started with, just talking about that.
Yeah.
But, and then I think, didn't we also talk about maybe trying something small, like, next
Yeah,
year?
we talked about doing the Asian night market on a smaller scale, maybe in late spring, just for a different time of year when it's not busy for the city employees.
Okay,
So, I mean, we could dip our feet in the water and see how it goes.
yeah. So, I mean, our budget request, we had $5,000 for Asian night, and that could be, it could be anything. And we've got $5,000 for art classes and events, and then $8,000 for the Autumn Arts Festival. As far as the, so that's all event, is that event budget, though? That doesn't even go on our budget, does it?
Which one?
The event stuff. So
Oh,
Autumn
it
Arts
does.
Fest, that's our budget? Or events?
Events.
It's events, yeah. So in our budget, what we had, so we have utility box wraps, Phase 3, art cart, mural project, and then so just to think about this, we have this kind of placeholder for public art, $5,000. So that would be art projects that would be visible and/or accessible to all residents, including art installations in public spaces, et cetera. And this I don't expect would happen in 2025. Lisa, you might know more, but did anybody else go to that, the Parks Commission thing down at Casey where they were showing the potential designs and you could vote on them with stickers, what did you like? Anybody, Lisa went to it?
Yeah, they did kind of like a community
Yeah.
engagement. What kind of features would you like to see?
Yeah, because and then there were a few different locations where there was some potential of doing something. There's even one little spot, the little parcel of land that's downtown,
Yep.
Um,
Community center.
right by the community. How about that? And then there is also the big, the McKnight Fields thing, which would be fantastic. But I think there's opportunity there for us to join forces with the parks, because if they manage to get something done in either of those places, why not also have some public art on display at those spaces?
Would you be thinking of like a public art sculpture or?
I sure see those a lot, and so it would be, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool. I have no idea. I mean, I guess we would just have to wade into that approach of, how do you get a sculpture done? I think there have been other
You
cities.
got like 10 of them done or something.
Right, I think there have been other cities where they had done, where they'd have, sculptures around a theme or something, and then they would be displayed downtown, and then I think they'd be sold off or something, so it wasn't like the city even keeping them.
So Project Snowy?
Well, yeah, sort of, yeah. I guess it's very similar to
I
that.
guess I was just thinking like one sculpture, and if you put out a
Right.
call for art.
Sure,
Then the experts, the artists.
Yep.
Tell you how it's gonna get made.
yeah, so we could do that too, just very similar to like a mural project.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to find out, if we want to look for something like a location to have, like a public art sculpture. So, maybe for 2025, I don't know if any of these new parks remodels would be done in 2025, but
No.
something to think about. We should join forces with that group. But what do you think if we just have a placeholder on our plan for just public art project?
Sure.
Because we've got it funded.
It's fabulous.
And then whatever it is, I guess we can kind of just determine from there.
I have an idea.
Yes,
I've brought it up in the past, but it's a parklet. Are any of you familiar with parklets?
I heard them also, it's just a very small park.
It's like a little, I mean, it could be like a patio, essentially, that's like outside of a restaurant or business, or it's just extra seating, but people can make them look all sorts of different ways. They can be
Yeah.
very creative, but it'd be an option.
Like, is there a location that you know of, or?
Typically, they take place in like parking lots or in parking spots that are in denser areas, just to add a little bit more of the seating component. So it's like making it a little bit more,
Yeah, okay.
it's like a pop-up park.
I've also heard the term pocket park used before.
She said parklet.
And are these permanent installation?
No, not typically. I mean, it depends on where you live, but they have them in St. Paul and they take them down every winter.
These parklets? Oh, they come, okay.
We also talked about doing like an interactive art sculpture, where they could be involved in it every time they visit. So whether they're making music by banging on things
Oh,
or
yeah.
creating, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that was a very common in Norway, that they would have, I'd say, oh, look at that sculpture. Isn't that next thing you see, there's kids hanging off of it, you know? But it looked like art instead of just a typical jungle gym or whatever. I like those, but they're big, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know they have those, like, in the concepts for the park remodels that are happening, going to happen. Something along the lines of sculpture, interactive.
Swing, like a giant swing thing.
Yeah.
I think people were talking about sidewalk poetry or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah, I still really like that,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's permanent or not.
Yeah.
Because there was, someone said something about poetry that can be stamped on with an ink and then it shows up with rain, right? Or,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
I like the impermanence part of it. Where it goes away, and then we got to do something else.
We can't forget about our turtles.
Oh, and the turtles.
Cannot forget about those
Mhm.
little.
Yep, that was the other big one, was the turtle.
I don't know, they turned down my tunnel idea.
Did they really?
I think it was not yet. I think that was the.
No, they said
Famous
utilities.
last words.
Utilities are under the street, and so they cannot
Oh, it is-
create a tunnel.
So what about a turtle bridge?
It's gonna be a tough one.
Isn't there a story about a deer crossing sign, and somebody said, why would they make all the deer cross at that one spot in the highway or something? It's just the turtle crossing sign. It's like, well, let's stop asking the turtles to cross right there. Okay, so I've been jotting down some notes here. So public art project, I've got parklet, an interactive, like a musical sculpture, sidewalk poetry, turtles. All these are good ideas. I think that's, so it just gives us something that we can think about for next year. And we got the murals, the utility boxes, the art cart, the art party, the autumn arts festival, and then I'm gonna just add a placeholder here for, I'll just call it Asian night. And whatever that, we end up making that be, or whatever that becomes, we'll get some people on that and start coming up with some ideas and see what we can get done. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Perfect.
So generally speaking, we're not, there's kind of like two new things on our plan. We have our ongoing efforts that we've already covered, and then we'll have, the public art project, and then Asian night. So we got our plan. See, that wasn't so hard. And then I'll see, when we get a new admin person, I can send this around to everybody. Anything else anybody'd want to cover or add?
I wanted to do the free little art gallery, but if you ask me right now, I don't want to do it. But that might just be my mood tonight.
I hear ya.
I think rest is okay,
We got a lot,
especially
yeah.
this group.
Okay, so, it's been a 24 hours. So, we can leave it at that if everybody's okay? I mean, we've got a really good shape. We've done a lot of work over the years to get us to this point where we can have a recurring structure like this, so I think we're doing good. Anything else anybody'd want to add? Okay. Well, then, it's reports from staff, so I think the calendar here is in this, so let's just, I'll play the role of staff and just look at the event calendar. So I think we are down to one thing left on the calendar for 2024, and that's the Paint Along with Suifa next Friday.
Last one?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 events this year, everybody. Good job. You did a lot.
That's a lot.
And I don't even know that. Oh, Snowy Reveal was on there, okay.
You have an art card on there?
I don't know if all the art carts are. No, the art carts aren't even
Oh,
on
yeah,
there.
Music
Or are
in
they?
the Park.
Oh, Music in the Park, yeah, okay. But we also had, City Night at the Car Show, that was on there too. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
2 events per person.
Yeah. And hopefully we're not driving the city staff. Hopefully that's not why mine left. I don't think it is. And then budget updates. I mean, I can try and do my best here, but if you look at our budget, I mean, obviously, we came in overall way under our budget, so. I think our plan next year is to be let's spend it.
I think there are some items maybe you had mentioned in the past, and I don't know if they're still of importance. Maybe like a speaker system you had mentioned. I don't know how that worked out this year.
I ended up just using my own.
And that's fine with you.
But, and then I had it just for the Snowy Reveal, but then it was just, we ended up paying the performers at the art festival, significantly more than we had paid in the past.
Sure.
And they were just depended on to bring their own system.
Got it.
Did that work out okay?
I don't know, I
didn't
think
hear
so.
anything?
I didn't hear anything, but
It was good.
and I,
The performances were good. The sound was good. And you could tell that they had done it before, so it was like, it wasn't like they were like, it was like nothing to them. They were like,
I think, yeah,
down.
people are typically used to that if they perform, bring their own sound system.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to follow up.
Yeah.
If we have leftover funds for the year, could we purchase pop-up tents for the art cart that we had discussed for next year?
There's been one purchased.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, did we get that last time?
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
the top here, pop-up tent under
Oh, look at
the
that.
art cart. And I did see it in the art cart when I went to get the canvases.
Amazing. Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Should we try to see if we can get those bungee cords like you were talking about?
Like shelving stuff and things for.
Yeah.
Can I add then? I feel like the little storage containers that the stuff is in, the lids don't stay on very well. So I think it would be valuable also to get like better lids, like lids with latches or something. Because even then, like bungee cords can hold them back, but lids are probably flying off too.
Yeah, and I feel like we just need well, like really durable stuff and a
Yeah.
real system, you
Right,
know?
yeah.
Because we still have a lot of stuff that's in cardboard boxes, don't we?
Yeah, yes.
And actually, I think there might be some bungee cords in there. There's,
Okay.
I remember seeing something and I was like, oh, that must have been for this. Whether
maybe
it's
we
bungee
just-
cords or something.
Just need them to put the little hook things up or something.
Yeah, well, it sounds like we need somebody to take on organization of the art cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be a spring project.
Yeah, I can start exploring like, trailer organization or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Go for it.
So
I'm good at that.
I don't even know who we should reach out to purchase things, but maybe by our December meeting, we could still get it done. I'm trying to think, where do we have so art cart, we have $942 remaining in there, which should be enough to do any of that organizational stuff. Project Snowy had $524. Utility box wrap, so we still have one hopefully to get, yeah, so, right, we're at 5,200 left there. And then murals, I see that the 6,000 was taken out for the dumpster garage, so that left us with 4,000 there. Branding and communication, we have 1,200 and $34 remaining there. And paint night still has 1,000. Unless, well, there's a payment in here for 270 in November. Is that for Suitha? Mm-hmm,
That's for her night.
Okay.
But you know what? Those tables in Casey Lake suck.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I messaged Mai and Ava if there was like what do you call it, like a life cycle policy for replacing those, just because they're looking gross because
Oh.
there've been so many parties in there, which great that people are using the building, but
Yeah.
like they look gross, they're really heavy. So when Sweta and I are there trying to set up, it's like, kind of huffing and puffing around. And she's like, they make foldable tables. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Very accessible either, yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's like, it's really the two of us that are trying to, I don't know. So I don't know how much a nice foldable table is, but if we have funds, that might be something worth looking into.
I think that would probably come out of the Casey Lake maintenance, I think, but
Okay, yeah.
it's worth if that's a need, I think, it's worth, what you all are allowed to do here is make that recommendation, is we need better tables.
We need
for
better
events.
tables. They're
We're
so
using
sucky.
them, 5-6 times a year at least.
And even the benches in the art cart, like they're really cute, but they really are wobbly. I kind of get worried when kids are on them.
They're dangerous.
And then also the organization of just putting stuff back into the cart.
Everyone does it differently. It's
benches
not
are so
consistent.
huge.
Yeah,
Well, the benches for the.
The metal benches that don't fold.
yeah,
Yeah.
They make foldable ones too.
yeah.
Plastic.
Yeah,
Most of you are the ones that are doing the setup.
yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
So I don't know if we can we message anyone
Maybe Ava?
right now and just see if we can?
I would say make that recommendation and then you can probably let Brian know. You return the keys.
This is about the tables for the.
Tables for Casey and benches for the art cart, I think, should be if we have funds
Okay.
to improve things, those are some things I would like to see. Sorry, Sharon.
No, that would be good. So looking forward to next year, possibly even having more events or more art carts, because we'll have everything will be organized and fancy. And we'll have the tables and the proper tools to make it comfortable for people to come.
Yeah.
You don't have to run in when it rains.
Yeah.
It's all wet, papers, so, yeah.
Yeah, the art cart can be a little bit of a OSHA nightmare. It's like putting up the thing and
Door too, yeah.
hoping you don't lose an arm in that process. Okay, yeah, I can reach out to Brian about that stuff. Anything else budget-wise?
Has anybody seen the trading cards?
The what?
Yes,
Oh, the trading cards.
I asked for mine to get mailed,
I haven't seen them.
and
I didn't even bring mine. I'm sorry, I left them at home. They're gorgeous.
How did you
Did you
get
come
them?
in and get
I did. I had to
okay.
do something. I can't remember. And Maya was like, "Oh, get your trading cards ready." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, so somebody
Maybe
had
they're on
brought
her
up,
desk.
was that you, Carrie, about about bringing these to.
Yes.
To the places, the businesses that, bought the Snowies so that people could come around, like kids could come to the businesses and collect them all?
Well, yes, when
As
I
an
was,
alternative.
yeah, when I was in picking them up, Ava was like, I had an idea. What if we give each sponsor their cards and then it's kind of a go around North St. Paul and pick them up, which I think is great until I was driving past Shifsky's and I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not sure how that's gonna work.
Right,
So,
Also, a roofing company.
yes,
That doesn't make sense. And then one is outside that medical equipment
Yes.
company.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want kids.
yeah, yeah.
Can I get a trading card?
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with saving the trading cards until the parade next year? I mean, it's happened like every year.
We can also do them at the, so in the spring when we do the car show, that's our city night at the car show. We could do them at that point too, at the art
Right.
park.
Or like
Could.
when people attend
Yeah.
certain arts and culture activities, they can collect them and then,
Yeah, go to each one to get the variety.
yeah, so it kind of keeps them interested for the cards, but also attending.
I like that.
Yeah. So I think we'll have lots of opportunities to give them away, but that is a good point about the businesses that have them. They probably aren't looking to have kids coming around for that stuff, but. Was there something else? They turned out good though, Carrie?
They look great.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
really
jealous.
cool. I'm really sorry. I had too many things I was bringing, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not queen of the cards. You're just not.
Queen of the baggage, just not the right
Your
baggage.
responsibility to bring cards.
Okay, so.
Good stuff. I'm not out of control. I'm in control always.
Yeah, she's the
100%.
queen.
Yeah.
So we'll go on to our reports from commissioners then. Raquel, do you have anything?
No, it has been a day.
It's been a day. Sharon?
I do not have anything else to add.
Okay. Carrie?
Yeah, oh boy, do I have a lot of stuff I need to say. First of all, we've got Anastasia opening at the high school. Gotta go see it. They built a train. I can't wait to check it out. It's gonna be incredible. Yeah, right?
And they're running 2 weekends.
Yeah.
right? So this weekend and next weekend?
Opens tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock, Saturday matinee at 2, this weekend and next weekend. So plenty of opportunities to check it out. I have no idea how much tickets are, but I can find out a link and text it to you. Just let me know. Then I need to say a huge thank you to the city, and I don't know if Mr. Cameraman can zoom in, but I've got a little, we've got our Click for a Cause. I also work on our 622 Education Foundation, and we've got a silent auction coming up. And Ava has been incredible. The whole city has been incredible in donating 3 items for our auction. So we've got the behind-the-scenes tour of Snowy. We've got a behind-the-scenes tour of Public Works. And
Close up.
behind-the-scenes tour of the fire department. So 3 amazing items donated by this very city. I'm so grateful to them for those donations. But we've got 370 items on here, so make sure you register, check it out. It's our biggest fundraiser, our only fundraiser of the year, so please sign up and send me lots of money. Well, not me, but for the students in our district. So otherwise, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Carrie. See?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Amanda?
Nothing.
Laura?
It's been a day and 24 hours, but I just wanted to say that I was really impressed with the voting system in the city. This was my first time voting as a true Minnesotan. And so I got to go to Richardson and they were so organized and professional and kind, and it went quickly, and it was just a nice experience. So everyone should always vote and have their voice heard, so.
Great call out. Yeah, we always vote at North Presbyterian Church, and that's always so smooth. I hear, I understand why people would want to vote early for a variety of reasons, but I think when you're voting early, the problem is that there are fewer locations because all the polls aren't open. So I know a lot of people voted early and waited a long time in line. Every time I've gone to North Presbyterian to vote, it's 5 minutes
Yeah.
at most, you know.
No, we're
so
very
fast.
spoiled in Minnesota, I just want to say, and how we vote. And it is
Agreed.
fantastic. In North St. Paul, I was at River of God Church. I was there early, so they weren't open yet. I bet there was 100 of us in line, and it just clicked right through. Yeah, I was 41, and I didn't have to walk very far, so I was pretty far up in line, and I was 41.
What's your voting site?
The River of God Church, the old
yeah.
Silver Skate roller rink.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you are so right, Sharon. You know, when you see these news stories of people waiting hours and hours and hours in other states, I think that is a huge injustice.
We've
It's
always been
horrible.
able to pair up voting with our kids' conferences.
Oh, that's
So the last several election voting, we go to conferences, and then we just take the kids over and we go vote.
Is that right?
Same building, yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Fantastic.
That's cool. Yeah, so, well, good. I'm glad, yeah, we are fortunate here in Minnesota. We know how to do things. And, you know, it is one of the things, you know, people talk about, you know, we have a high tax burden in Minnesota. But if you've ever lived anywhere else, you know that you see it. You see the taxes at work in this state, whether it's the roads, the schools, the voting systems, and even same-day registration, all that. But so many of our public systems are just run very well. You know, not just from taking care of the roads, but also, you know, think about the winter. A lot of states don't have to deal with plowing snow the way that we do. I
Or
think
it's a
that's a,
catastrophe in Texas.
what?
I said, or it's a catastrophe for them.
Yeah,
California gets a little inch and they're
oh, yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah. I lived in southern Indiana for 4 years, and if there was a report of snow coming, the Kroger grocery store would be empty, all the shelves, because people people would buy all this canned food, everything they could. They think they're never going to be able to leave their house again or something. But, you know, they don't invest in plows. They don't really need to, but. Okay, so that's that. For myself, I just wanted to say, so late January, early February, I'd like to invite you all to come to Lakeshore Players to see one of your fellow commissioners in a production of Misery. I'll be acting in that show at that time, so.
Are you the one in the bed that gets your legs?
Yeah,
Oh, man. I can't wait. Okay,
that.
group
Okay.
outing.
Yeah.
We'll plan
Yes.
it.
Oh, that is going to be great.
Okay.
yeah, so
I
come
love
on, come
Lakeshore
on out and see
Players.
Misery. It opens late January and goes into mid-February, I think. I don't know the dates right off the top of my head, though. What?
Yeah, you
Yes,
invited
second,
everyone
right, yeah, I know, it's been a while, but it's good to be.
Tom was amazing in the last play we went to. He did like a whole somersault on stage, so we have to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
very
I
exciting.
don't think, I could barely do it at that time, given my age, but I don't think I'd even try it again now. But this one, I'll just be laying in a bed most of the play, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, if you somersault in that play,
Yeah.
I think
that
you
might be happening.
misinterpreted.
Won't be able to
Yeah.
because he'll be on lockdown, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. We don't want to give away too much just in case somebody has not read the book or
oh my
did
God,
not
it's
see the
been
movie.
decades, Sharon.
That does not mean, and you know what?
Right.
There's been a whole generation born since
That's
that movie
true.
came
Please
out.
do not tell me that.
I have no idea.
You don't know
See,
what?
she doesn't know what we're talking about.
Oh my God, oh my God. All right, all right.
For the youngster in the
Thank you
room.
for the
A very small cast, 3 people.
Yeah.
Very short play. It goes, I think the whole thing runs probably less than an hour and a half, no intermission. Just, phew. But it's a really tight, the play was written after the movie. It didn't premiere until, I think, 2012, maybe, something like that. It's relatively new. I had no idea that it even existed until now, but it's written very well, so I'm excited for it.
You'll enjoy it.
We look forward to watching this.
Good, thank you. just another shout out to Mai Zhang. Thank you for your time and energy with us here. And I trust that the city will provide us with another great staff liaison. We have been so fortunate with the people that we have had since the beginning. And so I've really appreciated the city staff that we've had. Everybody has just really been great. And I also want to just give a shout out to our council liaison, Lisa. 'Cause Lisa, this is your last meeting, right? So, promised myself I wouldn't cry. But Lisa, you've been fantastic, not just as our liaison, but as a council member. I mean, the dedication and care that you have brought to your job has been unparalleled in anybody that I've known in a council role or council liaison role. So really sincerely thank you for how much you've cared for the city of North St. Paul and how you stand up for what you believe is right. And when you're standing up for what you believe is right, it just always happens to be the same things I think are right too. So so thank you for everything you've done, and it's really been an honor and a privilege to have you here with us in the Arts Commission. Thank you. Now it's your turn. Report from Council Liaison, Lisa.
I appreciate all of you so much, and it's been a ride for sure, but I do see some really wonderful changes happening here, and this Arts and Culture Commission has been a bright light for that in this city, and it's been a really bright light for me, and keeping me going, keeping me rooted in the community. So it's really helped guide me and keep me focused on that. And it's been an honor to serve alongside you all. And yeah, I just hope to continue to see you around, and certainly that artwork will be there for a very long time. So it's been quite the pleasure.
Well, and given that you're going to be a civilian in another month and a half or two, we do have an opening on that.
It's true.
But we'll get to see next month. But thank you, Lisa. And any updates?
Yeah, so as you probably know, last night was the election, and the city of North St. Paul has voted in 2 new council members for 2025, and that's Troy Woods and David McKenzie. They'll start here in January. Officially, they'll swear in, and they'll be they'll be your next council members, and I think they'll bring a lot of different perspectives, and some perspectives that probably haven't been brought up before. So I certainly am encouraged to keep following and keep engaging with the city to see what news is going to come up and how they're going to keep pushing forward, because at the end of the day, I think, people do really care about this city. We just have different ideas of how to get there, but certainly I think people do care a whole lot. So we're lucky to have people step up and take on that role. For District 7, which is mostly North St. Paul, Commissioner Kelly Miller was the winner. And I think she won just like 28 votes.
Wow.
So very, very close with Sarah Yang. So votes matter very much.
This is for, what was that, county commissioner?
County Commissioner, so Victoria Reinhardt's role.
Yes.
Yeah, so big role.
Yeah.
Big shoes to fill. We had a Taco Bell grand opening, and it was a hit. They had like desserts at like 9 a.m. that were in taco shape, and yeah, it was a pretty big turnout, and they had photos and all that good stuff. So your 4th dinner is waiting for you. Let's see. So a group of staff got together and reviewed the RFPs to go or for the feasibility study on the community center. Staff recommended that we, as council, go with EAPC Architects, and that a contract is currently being drafted to be approved at a future meeting.
So can you say a little bit more about that, Lisa? So there was the RFP, and you had proposals from several architect firms?
Yeah, some of them were architect firms, some of them were like, more of like the consultant firms that
Okay.
might work with, might have architects.
And then, like, what did they present to you to select from? So you selected EAPC, but, like, did everyone have, like, here's our vision of what could be done with the building?
No, so I think what they were looking for, like what was being assessed in terms of a partner to work on this was, let's see, where did it go? Some of the proposals were, what is their experience with this type of community center or this type of building? What is their experience in community engagement? And some of the different things we had on the original RFP, they were using a rubric to score that. Now, but that was mostly, I think, city staff, like maybe 5 or 6 city staff that reviewed and provided that recommendation.
Okay. And so now, the next step, would be for this one that was selected to actually draw up an actual plan using feedback from all stakeholders, residents and potential partners, that kind of thing?
That's how the RFP was written, and I haven't seen the scoring component and, where their strengths were or whatnot, but that should be the anticipation, is that they can bring in those things that we asked, like community engagement, to inform what this could look like. I would imagine it would be a very similar process to what HGA is doing with the parks, with McKnight Field and all those,
Okay,
providing.
Sure.
I mean, that to me is what is pretty typical in a community engagement setting with
Okay.
public buildings. So that would be my hope, is that they would be able to have that inform how they see the
Okay.
space.
And so do you,
design it.
like, what is the expected timeline then for this EAPC to have a proposal, like an actual site proposal?
Yeah, so when we had some debate about what that timeline would be. Some council members wanted it, like the end of this year, and I was like, that's not really practical. But I think we'll probably, what the idea is that we want to give them sufficient time, that they feel good, that they have enough information and have connected enough in the communities to make, like the decisions or propose certain options. And so I can't really speak to what their process will be, because every firm kind of does it a little bit differently. And again, I didn't see their proposal myself, but I suspect that what was in the RFP was probably honored, especially if they rated so high.
It seems, I would expect it to be like a 6-month process or something, if they're engaging with the community and.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I would say at least 6 months is pretty good for planning and making sure you have the right people at the table and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Well, some of those park proposals that we saw out there were awesome, I mean, there was a lot of variety, and you never know what, and then, of course, everything costs money, what would be able to fit in the budget or be doable, but boy, it would be really great if they could redo that whole McKnight Field area, especially the tennis courts, but, some really, really cool ideas that they had there, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's certainly really exciting. It's been, it needs love. So
Yeah, for
it's a
sure.
good time to kind of,
It's a lot of land, and there's just a ton of opportunity.
Yeah, and I think some of that land too is, like has to remain green space too, so it could never be developed because of a previous agreement or contract with HUD.
Oh, okay.
And HUD homes nearby, and so they had to maintain some green space. So there will be a park, at least there, but if we can make it even bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We've been having union agreements, and they've actually been going pretty smoothly. So that's really good news. Not too much back and forth, and pretty reasonable agreements, I would say. December 4th is going to be the grand opening and ribbon cutting at Article 7. That's the Lily News,
Yeah.
the new apartments on 7th Street.
December 4th?
I think, yeah,
Wow.
they said December 4th at 4:30. Yep, 4:30 is when they're gonna do a ribbon cutting. So it's a beautiful building. I think the setback is really cool on the second floor. I think it
Yeah,
helps
looks cool.
with like the feel of the space
Yeah.
too, not feeling like too overwhelming or,
Agreed.
yeah. So, I think folks are already looking to move in or have been for a while, so, I'm not sure what, the occupancy is at this time or, you know, what, if it's just residential or otherwise, but, yeah, it looks like, it's moving along. I saw some utilities or like washers and stuff like that going in too, so.
Wow, that's
Yep.
great.
And I believe they'll be removing that fencing too here soon, so it'll be cleaned up a little bit downtown.
They're putting out landscaping today.
Wow. That's great.
Wonderful. Let's see. I also wanted to say thank you to Mai. It was short, but you jumped right in and you certainly, just worked really well with everyone and brought in good energy and just really could tell that, you were inspired and wanted to connect around this work, and it was really fun. So, best of luck to you. Though she cannot be replaced, we will still need to find city staff to take on this Arts and Culture Commission. They are already looking for candidates. They've had over 40 candidates, so it's a big pool of folks, and some with municipal backgrounds. So I think we should be having a new city staff member here, hopefully within, you know, the next month or two.
Good.
Let's see. We've gone over some internal service funds, so that's like our enterprise funds, that's our utilities, our sewer, water, our community fund, community center fund, which we do have one. And they kind of vary, some of them have increased, like our internet is quite expensive, it's gone up, because we're in a kind of like a consortium, with quite a few other municipalities, but because it costs money in operations and things like that, I think, compared to like, say, a Google or something, the price difference is quite high, but again, you know, cybersecurity is really important as well, so I think hopefully we'll be able to, we've asked to kind of look at, you know, what that long-term trajectory could look like and what we need to weigh out there, because it has increased substantially even in the time I've been there, so, but we'll see. But I would say most of the funds otherwise are, you know, have good fund balances, except for the community center fund. After our tenant, Kokoro Volleyball, left, we didn't have anyone go back in, and so we have no revenue coming in. Unfortunately, that means we've had to pull $20,000 out of the general fund to transfer into the community center fund. There seems to be a couple maintenance things coming up. So we've had some discussion about just needing to maintain our assets like anything else. And so hopefully we'll be able to identify, maybe the elevator, whether that's something we do need to get fixed, and then also whether a court or some sort of sport court, whatever, needs to be done in the meantime. So I think maybe even some mechanicals are not doing so great, so, yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get a feasibility study back and whatever that says, but the funds are there, ready to go for any renovation if that's the direction that council decides to go. But hopefully we can get some revenue in there because, again, it comes out of our taxes for no one's benefit. And then next meeting will be the capital improvement plan. I unfortunately won't be here for the next 2 meetings, but the capital improvement plan is basically the 10-year big projects that are on the horizon. We've got a water tower coming in a couple years. That'll be a large expense. So it's just to help us kind of project what big expenses we might be having or how to navigate that. So that'll be in the next one, and I think we'll be our last meeting and when we'll be certifying the levy will be on December 17th. And yeah, that'll be the last meeting of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's all I have. And thank you all for being wonderful, wonderful human beings, really, and just caring about the community and art. Just, yeah. Anyway.
Thank you.
Any questions for Lisa? Okay, then, just wanted to say, so our next meeting is December 5th, and I think our next regularly scheduled meeting after that would be, it falls on January 1st, so I'm sure we would probably move that to January 8th.
Sorry, December 4th is our next one.
Is 4th? Oh, okay, sorry. It's whatever, the first Wednesday of the month, yeah, December 4th, thank you. So December 4th, and then the next one after that, the first Wednesday lands on January 1st, so we won't have it that day. I assume we will move it to the 8th. So just wanted to get that out there in advance. And that's that. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Who moved? Laura.
I second.
C, seconds. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 7:37 PM.